in the northern hemisphere, Africa, South America, Peninsula India, Australia, and Antarctica were in the southern hemisphere, but most land was still underwater. Now the uplifting of the mountains deposited rocks in dripping wells and sandstone in the rest of the northern hemisphere, the Andes in Australia, but not in Africa or Antarctica. Now the uplifting mountains temporarily changed ocean currents, and water carried life forms from the southern hemisphere back to the Grand Canyon, where they had already put the green algae from the southern hemisphere there 750 million years ago. So now they were planning this. So now, Agnatha jawless fish are the earliest known vertebrates. It's the earliest animal with a backbone. Now, all creative energies of nature concentrated in the evolution of the fish. The fish had paired gills. It breathed oxygen. It had red blood cells with hemoglobin that it inherited from the brachiopods. It had plasma that it inherited from the worms. And although the jawless fish lacked jaws and scales, it had a cartilage skeleton. It had a muscular, a nervous, sensory, circulatory, and excretory systems. The fish had a brain, a notochord, and a vertebral column, and the ability to communicate with other intelligence. The solar radiations, there are some fish that it's been proven they actually communicate. They concentrate and they radiate sound waves through the water. Okay, I'm going to change up a little bit, but first I want to explain scientific classification. That's how you identify and group life forms according to their commonly shared characteristics. Now there are 4 great categories, and that would be, or 4 great kingdoms. Now I didn't put celestial kingdom up here, but that would be the celestial kingdom, I didn't put any of them up here. The celestial kingdom, the animal kingdom, the plant, and the mineral kingdom. Now the spirits that evolved plants became co-creators. Now those are high intelligences who can incarnate into matter and ascend in one lifetime or growing season. Now those spirits use the earth as a springboard or a base to radiate and expand plant life to other galaxies and evolving worlds of the cosmos, while simultaneously lending energy and support to the creation of the earth. The celestial kingdom divides itself into a hierarchy of incarnating and reincarnating spirits. Now, reincarnation cycles depend on the orbit of the star and how often that orbit intersects with or passes through the orbit of the earth. Now, some spirits cyclically reincarnate every 50 years or so, others every 75, 100, 200, 300 years or more. Egyptians and Atlanteans of Antarctica, Central and South America use the science of astrology and build pyramids to calculate time and plan for the cyclical reincarnation and passages of radiations from Orion and Sirius through the earth. Now the animal kingdom is divided into phyla. Animals with backbones are classified as vertebrata. Now there are 2 types of animals with backbones or vertebrata. That would be reptiles or mammals. That's the only 2 kinds. Now, if you got a backbone, you're either a reptile or you're a mammal. Okay, now each class is divided into groupings called orders. And each order is divided into groupings called families. And each family is divided into groupings called genuses or genera. And each genus is divided into groupings called species. Now these are examples. Let's say here's the animal kingdom, a vertebrata, and this one is a reptile. And it's the order Serratia, Amphibavis, I'm not sure how you say that. And the animal is the genus is Tyrannosaurus, and the species would be Rex. Here's another one. Kingdom, animal, both places. Phylum, vertebrata. Class, Mammalia. But now it changes. The order is marsupials. Here the order is primates. And here we have Micropodida, Hominida. Here you have Macropus, Homo. And this is Homo sapiens, that's us. And this over here you get a gray kangaroo. But they start off all the way the same to here. So that's the way that's scientific classification. That's how, when you pick up something, that's how you know. That's how you know pretty much what kind of animal it is. Now, I'm going to change my story. There was nothing. Let's say darkness. Then light, or intelligence, or primal hydrogen appeared. Now let's call that hydrogen the first cause, or father. Now the first hydrogen, or father, interacted with itself and formed more hydrogen. Then 4 hydrogen atoms interacted with each other and formed the first helium, or primal helium. Let's call primal helium the mother goddess, because each time primal hydrogen interacts with primal helium, something new evolves. Now we can call their first 3 creations, or offspring, lithium, beryllium, and boron, or we can call them archangels. This story has been told so many times and in so many different ways. Now, intense concentrations of ultraviolet helium from the mother goddess penetrated or incarnated into the water and mated with the father's solar hydrogen radiations and evolved microbial life forms in water over South Africa. Life forms in water over Western Australia evolved from incomplete disintegrating reflections. That's why you have creatures like the trilobites. They don't have any insides, any inner feelings. After the mother goddess completed creation, she ascended, and her children, or the other elements, cyclically incarnated and made changes, and new creations and life evolved. Now, around 590 million years ago, the animal kingdom gave birth to those annelid worms, the ones that gave us the blood plasma. Now, degenerating energies and spirits, such as C13, magnesium, and lead, concentrated in descendants of annelid worms, and trilobites also evolved around 590 million years ago. They came in later than the first worms. And then the fish evolved 500 million years ago. Now, the evolution of fish, that was a new phylum, Vertebrata, and a new class, fishes. So that lets you know that something special is going on. Hydrogen and helium are interacting. You've got 2 new categories forming. Now, around 500 million years ago, concentrated hydrogen and helium interacted and the fish evolved. The sun nova, the poles of the earth formed, and all light radiations of the universe began cycling through the earth and its population. At that time, 500 million years ago, the land masses were distributed near the equator. I don't have a picture, but I just want you to see how artists have thought about these land masses. They're not the same. They call it continental drift, but at one time, this is back when they were just breaking up, they were all stuck together. Anyway, they were concentrated near the equator, but they were all still underwater. Now, the tremendous flow of energy uplifted the Earth's crust and formed those mountains. And it formed that Iapetus Sea, which I don't have a picture of. Now, with this flow of energy, plants and fungi used the inflow of creative energy and evolved a waterproof coating of wax that prevents dehydration. Now, here are these trilobites again. They perceive the jawless fish as the incoming wave of energy for material for new creations. So around 500 million years ago, trilobites in waters of North America and Europe fertilized the eggs of jawless fish. Oh, I forgot. And Euripids evolved. Now that's these things right here. They look kind of like a scorpion or something.